Hey everyone, so today we're going to take a look at one of the most logical subjects out there, geometry, and kind of peel back the curtain on its secret life. Turns out, behind all those rules and theorems, there's a whole world of drama, comedy, and some surprisingly relatable characters.
And you might be wondering, seriously? Geometry? A sense of humor? We're all taught that it's this world of rigid, cold hard logic. But what if it's also a place with real personalities, a lot of drama, and some seriously clever jokes? Let's dig in.
So, let's start with the most basic building block of geometry, the line. As it turns out, lines aren't always so, straight and narrow. They lead these surprisingly complex lives and they have some pretty dramatic relationships.
I mean, think about it. Parallel lines are the ultimate stoics. They just travel right alongside each other for, like, eternity, always keeping the exact same distance, but they never ever meet. That is a level of self-control that is just wow. And giving them a personality like this, it's actually a pretty powerful way to remember the definition.
And then you've got perpendicular lines. They have this one super decisive encounter. They meet at a perfect right angle, and that's it. It's done. No drama, no weird lingering feelings, just a crisp 90-degree understanding, and then they just go their separate ways.
Oh, this one is just brilliant wordplay, right? A horizontal line has a zero slope. It's not tilted up or down at all. But of course, inclination also means you have a preference for something. So someone with no inclination is just flat. They have no drive. It's the perfect mathematical insult.
The equation of a line is actually kind of beautiful in its simplicity when you think about it. It's like a mathematical promise. All you need is one single starting point and a direction, that's the slope, and bam, you have everything you need to define its entire existence forever. It's just so reliable.
I love this one. It just perfectly nails how we translate these abstract ideas into our everyday lives. I mean, mathematically, is the student wrong? Yeah, but in real life, that student is 100% correct. Sometimes the shortest path is just a massive traffic jam.
And just like that, math becomes the ultimate conflict resolution tool, right? Why are you two going to argue when you can just apply a formula? It's such a funny way to imagine these mathematical rules bringing order not just to numbers, but to a couple of points that are having a disagreement.
Okay, so let's zoom out to the coordinate plane. If individual lines have their own personalities, then the XY plane is basically the stage where all their stories unfold. You can almost think of it as a map of potential highs, lows, and all the emotional states in between.
The origin, right there at 0, 0, is the ultimate center of Zen. It's not positive, it's not negative, it's just perfectly balanced, watching all the drama of the other quadrants happen around it without ever getting involved. It's just chilling. And check this out, you can literally map personalities right onto the plane. Up in quadrant 1, both X and Y are positive. That's just pure optimism, right? But down in quadrant 3, they're both negative, total depression. And the other two? They're a mix of positive and negative, which can lead to confusion or maybe a little overconfidence. You're basically looking at a life graph.
Isn't this just a wonderful, reassuring thought? We all have those moments where we feel like we've totally mixed up our own life's coordinates, confusing where we are with where we think we should be going. It's just a nice little reminder that getting lost sometimes is a totally universal experience.
So, in geometry, a locus is the set of all the points that satisfies some kind of condition. And the student's answer here is just hilariously on point. Because really, what is adult life if not just movement with conditions? It's a perfect, if maybe a little cynical, definition.
And we are back to the puns. The square root symbol, it's also called a radical sign. So finding the distance between 2 points requires a radical solution. It's such a clever play on words, connecting a math term to a call for some kind of drastic action.
All right, let's leave the plane for a minute and meet our next character, the circle. It's a shape that's perfectly uniform, yeah, but it has a very particular way of seeing the world and interacting with everyone else.
And the thing is, this isn't just a funny little personality trait, it's geometrically true. Every single point on a circle is defined by being the exact same distance from one single point, the center. The circle's entire identity literally revolves around itself.
This little dialogue here just captures the dynamic perfectly. You've got this sibling rivalry going on. The radius is fundamental, sure, but the diameter, it stretches all the way across, connecting 2 points and passing right through that all-important center. It's got a certain swagger, a confidence, that the more modest radius just doesn't have. Oh, the tangent line. It's the ultimate geometric commitment phobe. You know the type. It comes in, makes contact at exactly one tiny little point, and then immediately veers off, never to cross paths again. Enough attachment, indeed.
And finally, we have the kind of heartbreaking story of the asymptote. See, an asymptote is a line that a curve gets infinitely closer to, but never ever actually touches. It is the perfect mathematical metaphor for that feeling of unfulfilled connection, forever getting closer, but never quite arriving.
So, after all these jokes and personality quirks, what's the real point? I mean, what have we actually learned? Why does framing geometry this way even matter?
Well, it matters because humor is an incredibly powerful learning tool. As soon as we personify a circle as self-centered, we instantly remember its relationship to its center. When we connect a locus to our own life's conditions, that definition sticks. These jokes, they bridge the gap between abstract rules and our own experiences, and that makes the whole subject way more accessible, more memorable, and honestly, a lot more fun.
So that's the final thought I want to leave you with. In geometry, yeah, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. But maybe, just maybe, when it comes to the distance between being confused and actually understanding something, the shortest path isn't a straight line at all, but a punchline.